Hey guys, this is Nick with EDC Mag, and today we're going to talk about a knife from Black Widow Knifeworks. Before we get into that, I want to show you this real fast. This is the Krudo DAO. Now, I've had this knife for several years. It's a knife that I got when I first got into collecting, and it's something that has just kind of stuck around with me. Now, I'm a huge fan of cleavers, absolutely love cleavers, and when I first got into collecting there wasn't a whole lot of options out there for cleavers. This one I picked up, and it's been carried ever since. Now this is the Krudo DAO. It's D-A-O, DAO. And Louis Krudo is a maker out of Arizona. He was established in 2006, and Louis has a very long lifetime history of martial arts. He studied many different types of martial arts. One of my favorites in that group was Okinawan, and he kind of takes his approach to knives from martial arts and sort of urban tactical usage. And most of his knives are smaller than this. Now this is a 375-inch blade. There are several cool things about this. One of the things that I really like is there are actually 5 different ways to deploy this. It is 9CR steel, titanium frame lock, titanium clip. Just a very cool knife, but there are 5 different ways to deploy this thing. These knives, although they are designed by Louis and he is out of Arizona, his knives are Chinese made. And the only downside to this knife that I've ever, and you can call me a knife snob and that's fine, but he uses 9CR steel, and that just breaks my heart. I'd give anything to see one of these in an S35VN or something like that. Now this was the original, and later on he came out with an all-black version, a coated blade, black and carbon fiber, and it's gorgeous as well. This one, I don't know, man. This is one of those knives that if I lost it, I'd go right back out the next day and buy another one. I just love that knife this much. There are 5 different ways to deploy this thing. You can front flip it, which I don't do, so I'm not very good at. You can obviously thumb flip it. One of the things that this thing will do, it's on bearings, so the action on it is fantastic. But anytime you pull this out of your pocket, man, it'll just automatically, without even trying, it will wave open. I accidentally waved it in a restaurant one time, pulling it out of my pocket. And luckily the elderly people sitting across from us either didn't see it or pretended they didn't see it. But man, this thing just waves quick. So there are a lot of ways to deploy it. You can spider flick it, which I'm not a spider guy, so I don't do really that type of stuff very much. You can one hand it. Well, under here maybe not. Try it again. There we go. But it's just a very versatile knife. It's big. Now most of his knives are 3.5 and smaller. This is, as far as I know, the only knife he's ever done in a 375, and I think that's the biggest knife he's done this way in a folder. But man, he's got a lot of cool designs, a lot of different stuff. He'll come out with a new design and I'll get all excited about it, and it'll be 3.2 inches, and I'm like, okay, I'll just stick with my DAO then. But just to give you an idea, we use our old trusty Kershaw here, so 3.2, 2.5, 3.25, 3.2, whatever, 3.75. It's just a very fun, functional, versatile, useful knife, and I really enjoy it. It's something that is fun to carry and easy to carry. It's probably a little heavier, and I get why most of his knives are smaller. I mean, urban tactical, you want something that's easy to carry and potentially conceal. I don't have a clue what this thing weighs, but it is a production knife, so you can go out and look. So a little under 8.5 ounces. Not bad for 375. About where it should be. But just a really neat blade. Thought I'd show this to you guys. Not a lot of people have heard of Krudo, and if you're a fan of cleavers like I am, it's a really cool option. About 165 bucks, brand new. Don't see a lot of them out there on the market, or out in the wild, I mean. So if you're interested, check out Krudo knives. All right. So our main attraction today is this right here, and this is the Reaper from Black Widow Knifeworks, and this is a 2020 model. It's a brand new design. This one specifically was ordered by a friend of mine, CJ, and it's a brand new build. And after he got it, he asked me if I wanted to put it on video and do a review, and I was like, absolutely, yes please. So he was kind enough to send it to me, and I've been playing with it for about a week now. You probably, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some photos of it. Just a very cool knife, very fun knife. It's made by Brent Vaccaro, and he's out of New Jersey. He was established in about 2017. In June of last year, I did a review on one of his fixed blades, and at that point he was just starting to get into folders, and man, has he really got into them hard. He has just got some phenomenal designs, outstanding designs. Now, this is a Reaper model, and we'll get back to the design and what CJ wanted in this knife, but let's get the basics out of the way. It's a 3.5-inch blade. It's S30V steel. It does have cage ceramic bearings in it. It is a frame lock. Has a 20-degree cutting edge from Brent. And I think the base for the starting price for this, the base model, is $650, I believe. I might be a little off on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And Brent has a great website that he just put up not too long ago. That is Black Widow Tack, as in tactical. So blackwidowtack.com. So check him out there. You can get specs, details on his fixed blades, on his current models of folders, and then he's got some really killer designs coming up as well. So that's a great place to follow him. Now this one, particular one, is, if you can see that, was number 4 of this model line, which is very low, very cool. Says Reaper on there, 2020. And CJ wanted a Deadpool themed knife, and man, Brent jumped on that and just knocked it out of the park. I mean, this thing is just super cool with the designs and the Cerakote and some of his other Reaper models that he's got out now as well. Man, he's just some of the finishes on them. I love this front towards enemy. Some of the finishes he's doing on these things, oh my gosh, they're just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now this one, like I said, it's brand new. The bearings are still a little tight, so the action isn't quite where it will be once it's fully broken in. I haven't done that because obviously it's not my knife, but man, what a beautiful knife. And I mean this isn't kind of Deadpool-ish. I mean, this is full-on, full-blown Deadpool. I mean, just so cool, man. And Brent with this finish is just amazing. Absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can tell right here, this is a Smith & Wesson tab. So, you know, you can spider flick this. You can open it a few different ways. Again, not broken in yet, but with those cage bearings, man, this thing's going to fire like a rocket once CJ gets it broken in. Just an extremely cool knife, and Brent's just making some beautiful things. And one of the cool things about Brent, you can see his little insignia down there. I think he's doing laser etching now as well, so that stuff is it's in the steel. He's just got some amazing designs, and you know it's a Black Widow when you see a knife without having to ask. He has just some very unique designs and styles that are very much his own, and just stunningly beautiful knives. Now for me personally, this is a little bit small, but you know, as a guy that's just getting into folders, obviously a 3.5 inch is going to appeal to a much broader audience. And so in order to get your stuff out there and to, you know, hit the biggest audience possible, you got to be in that 3.5 inch range. That's just kind of how it works. But I'm sure at some point down the road he'll definitely get into some bigger stuff, and I'm sure if I ask him, he'd probably just make me one anyway. But there you go, guys. It's just a super cool knife. Give you an idea size-wise. We'll get back to the Kershaw here. Take a look at that. So 3.5, 3.2. Not so dissimilar in blade theory, or at least scale theory, as far as how they fit your hand and where your hand should go. He's got some great sculpting here. Beautiful knife, and for a guy that hasn't been making folders that long, this thing, I mean, every little piece, there's no sharp edges, there's no rough edges, hot spots, if you will. The clip is unique and very functional without having to be overkill. The hardware is just gorgeous on this. The details that he went, I mean, he just went all out with the Deadpool, and just super cool. So, you know, I realize Deadpool isn't going to be everyone's thing, but if you can look past that, if you're not a fan, and just look at the design of the knife itself, I mean, realize this was a very, CJ, you know, this is very personalized for him. But the knife itself, even up and above the personalization for him, man, it's just a beautiful knife. It's got fantastic jimping. You know, you've got options where you go with your thumb up here. You're still cradled. Your fingers are where they should be, and it gives you a little bit of versatility to go where you need to on this knife in order to, you know, use it how you want to use it. Just a beautiful, stunning knife, fantastic design. And you know, Brent's just getting started on folders, and he's really come out of the gate swinging. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful design, fantastic belly on this. I mean, it's just stunning. Let's see what this thing weighs. It's not that heavy, of course. You know, it's a 3.5 inch knife, so it should be right in there about where it should be for the size of an EDC blade. Well, so a little under 6.5 ounces, and that's about right. That's about where it should be. Nothing, you know, massively overkill on this knife. I mean, it's perfect for EDC. Just very easy to carry, and just, you know, this one's going to grab a lot of attention the second it comes out of the pocket, and that was pretty much the intention, I believe. But you know, he's got some other finishes on these knives that are just, oh my gosh, just absolutely stunning. Very almost, I would say, a gentleman carry. I mean, just some stunning stuff going on with what he's doing and some of the different things, the finishes. But check out his website. Check out, he's got a Facebook page too, where he keeps he's very involved in and keeps everyone updated on everything he's doing. Instagram. But you know, his website too has some up and coming stuff that, you know, I'm just really excited to see the stuff that, not only the stuff he's doing now, but the stuff that he's coming out with in the future. Just a beautiful knife. Fantastic design. Well, there you go, guys. Black Widow Knifeworks. I guess I should mention it. They do come in this really killer pelican case. Very well protected. Beautiful, stunning blade. Great design. You can fit probably at least 4 or 5 lanyards in there if you're if you're a lanyard guy. If I had a little more time, I'd make CJ a Deadpool lanyard for that, but I'm sure he's pretty creative. He can probably figure that out on his own. But there you go, guys. Black Widow Knifeworks. Check him out. He's got some cool stuff, and if you're into fixed blades, check out his fixed blades as well. And the review I did was on his fixed blade last June. It's on YouTube as well under EDC Mag. So we've got today the Krudo DAO. Check out Krudo Knives. He's been around. You can get his stuff through all the major retailers, Blade HQ, Knife Center. His own website is where he keeps everything updated and lets you know what's going on. And if you haven't heard me say it yet, Black Widow, cool stuff. Check him out, track him down, join his group. And his knives are affordable, and they're functional, and just the perfect handmade custom EDC. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and hopefully everyone's staying safe. And until next time, have a good one.